Once again, going into one of those fresh Serral replays from Home Story Cup. This is versus Liquid Clem on Alcyone. A cyclone. Kind of looks like that. What if this map was just like the back of a gigantic cyclone? And then the map just lifts off and the cyclone drives away. And you're like, fuck, I was not expecting that. Detective Pikachu was a funny movie. Okay, let's see how the players play this game. I watched one of the Serral versus Clem replays so far before this. Serral completely crushed it on Oceanborn. It wasn't even a close game. Kind of felt bad. But this map is an ass poopy time for Zerg because of all these heckin' shit in the way. This in the way, this is in the way, this is in the way, these are in the way. What? Who even put this here? Someone put this debris here on the map. Like, what is this? Ultras can't fit through here, can they? Maybe one Ultra. They did lose some weight. Clem this time getting the barracks on the high ground. Serral. Opening with a hatch gas pool. Hatch gas pool here. You have an Overlord pedestal there. He can see if there are any buildings there. Also spots the Reaper going across the map. So this is the more normal build. Serral didn't go for the 14 hatch here. This is just 16 hatch. So he needs to micro some lings. Reaper gets one Zergling kill. Oh, almost loses the Ling, but not quite. There is a Reaper jump there. Serral also injects the main, and then makes the third queen in the main. Notice that's a thing he likes to do. It allows him to pull his other queen to the natural. So it's kind of a rotation of the queens. So the first queen in the main injects the main and then walks to the natural to be the natural injecting queen. The natural queen injects the natural and then is the escort of the drone to the third base. Pretty cool. And then there's a fresh queen in the main, which would be the third queen. So he doesn't actually lose inject uptime. This inject is going to complete, and then he's going to have another queen that can inject right away. Beautiful. Beautiful, efficient Zerg progression. No leaks. No flaws, no bullshit. Just righteous Zerg macro. Now there are two queens guarding the front here. The Reaper's like, oh, did you pull the queens from the main? But Serral made a third queen in the main. And the Reaper finds no purchase. 44 supply to 34. Serral's a bit supply blocked. Wow, that was a mistake. Chat was saying that Clem was tired for this series. Losing the Reaper like that, it doesn't seem like a big deal, but it kind of is. If you've ever seen like the double Medivac Marine pull up and it has a little bit of Hellion support and then a Reaper throws a clutch grenade, that Reaper grenade later on, it is a stun. And it can be pretty big for a lot of encounters. So to lose that pretty much for free is a major bummer. He got scouting with it, and he did kill a Zergling. But that's 100 cost unit. 100. It's 50 minerals, 50 gas. Starport coming up. Clem did get a very early third orbital this game. So it's a much more economical opening than his Cyclone style that he did the other game. Okay, these queens are spreading some creep. These lings are running around willy-nilly. Layers on the way. I have not gotten coaching from Pig yet. Whenever I'm at the out-of-game scene, you can see which of the subathon goals I still have to deliver. The orbital's flown out here. Double Medivac. Very standard stuff, very economic focus for Clem here. And it's a little bit deceptive, the game state of who's ahead because even though Clem has a lot fewer workers than Serral, the early third orbital means those earlier mules really ramp up the income a lot. And Terran can't make workers as fast as Zerg anyway, because you're limited to 1 worker per town hall at a time, whereas Zerg can make heckin' 6 drones from a base at once, if they want to, with the inject and then the natural larva progression that the hatchery grants you. So Medivac Marine moving out here. Gonna pass by the watchtower here. Just keep the element of surprise if you can. And he's at the front of the creep. He's gonna do some cleaning. Some pretty deep creep he's advancing into. And he just backs away. He's like, you know what? That's a lot. That's a lot for me right now. As a Terran, with the Medivacs not full, with that many roaches, not gonna go for it. He looks at it. He's thinking about boosting in there. But Serral already has the patrolling lings prepared. One thing that's pretty cool about drop defense is you don't necessarily need the amount of army to beat the whole drop, as long as you can beat the drop putting the units on the ground. Because the Medivac has to drop them 1 at a time, and if you dropped 2 Medivac Marine onto this, the lings would just kill each Marine as they fell down. But if you needed the lings to fight the drop over here, you would need about 30 to get a good surround and to trade with this decently well. So 12 lings patrolling in the main, good number. Good number, that'll punish the drop. For a regular mortal player such as myself, it is also nice to just get some creep in the main and then put a couple spores like this to make your life a little bit easier, but Serral will cut some corners like that just because he has the multitasking of the gods and the map awareness to know how to divide his forces. Many of us use things like F2, or we're just putting all of our stuff in one army group. We don't want to go back and defend. I get you. Overseer, ready for some scouting. Clem's eco is good. He has all of his gases, he has 3 base mineral saturation. Great Deceiver, big ups for your support. There's a tank. Random tank. More tanks are being made. Ooh, the mine drop. Oh, ouchie wawa. 14 drone kills. And there's another mine drop here at the same time. Oh. Well, that was a good comeback mechanic for Clem. That hurts a lot. Jeez. Serral's making more drones now. Making drones and Banes is really good. He's getting melee 1 and armor 2. He may have gotten range attack 1. Oh, he didn't. He already has Bane speed. He's getting a really fast adrenal glands. Wow. He already has a hive done. I didn't even see him get that. It was so fast. By the way, he has a hive. The Medivac is back for more blood. Drops it into the worker line just as the drones are being transferred, but Serral sees it. Better than losing drones, but he did lose a big clump of lings there. Stim Medivac Marine. Looks for some damage, gets the scoop, falls back. 184 supply to 171. Serral is making 7 workers at a time, Ultra Cavern and Burrow, and an Infestor. Just 1. Chat was like, what about Infestors? Serral's like, 1. I will make Infestor. An Infestor. Drones running around. Lings are being produced now. 86 workers against 80. If you add in the mule economy from this, it's very even game. Serral's a bit ahead in supply, but he does have some roach in the mix. And these roaches are pretty low impact. Whoa! He abducts with a parasitic bomb and the queen's focus, he's down. Nice. That's the kind of punish microplay that most Zergs don't have the APM or multitasking to do. The Vipers are on a separate hotkey from the army, and the Queens are on a separate hotkey from the army. And he focus fired the medivacs with the queens while abducting the... Wow. Cool. Cool gaming. Army on 1, Vipers on 2, Hatches on 3, secondary army team on 4, Queens that fight on 5, and then Evos on 6. He is gaming. Okay, but Clem is getting to the part of the game where he drops Infinity Command Centers. And that's always scary for Zerg because at that point, Terran doesn't really need SCVs that badly anymore. This is a scouting infester. Is he gonna flank fungal this? He flank fungaled him. That did not that much, but it existed. Lingbane Roach Ravager moves up. Corrosive Biles on this bunker. Oh, the snipe sound of the ghost. Uh-oh. But Lingbane over here at this planetary. He's scouting this planetary very thoroughly. And he notices that there isn't even a planetary here. That's weird. I wonder what happened. 14 SCVs also taken out. 67 workers to 84. But since Clem made so many command centers, he can just put the other one over there. Really nice. Serral has the gold base. Saturated for those mins. He's also getting the Ultra Zoomy Time upgrade. Anabolic Synthesis. Increases the movement speed of Ultralisks off creep. Note that that's not on creep. Off creep only. Makes them better at offense. Unless you have creep all in your opponent's base, in which case, I don't know what they're doing. They need to scan and get a mop. How many bases does Serral have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he's on 7 bases. Not really 7 base eco, but 87 workers is pretty nice. This Medivac mine has been here the whole game. Serral goes in again. Corrosive Biles going out. The Viper is killed. This Viking is diseased. Okay, what does he make now? He's making 3 Ultras, Neural Parasite, 3 upgrades, Air Attack, 34 Lings, 11 Banes, Spores, 3 Creep Tumors, and a partridge in a pear tree. On the first day of Christmas, Serral gave to us another Zerg championship. And a Viper with energy. He's just getting a little bit of energy. Just a bit. Vipers do generate energy on their own. It's just kind of slow. Fun fact, they buffed Viper a little bit. The consume damage to the structure is less than it used to be. So consume is relatively more efficient for the energy that you gain relative to the damage to the structure. It used to be that you would kill a lot of your own buildings if you just like shift rallied like 4 Vipers to go consume an extractor. You would just kill the extractor. So that was a nice quality of life change. Big doom drop attempt from Serral. A noble attempt, but completely shut down. Nice defense by Clem. Lingbane Ultra pushing on the left-hand side here. Overseer reveals the mines. 1 hit goes on it, and it is taken out. I feel like he should just bash this. It's a valuable structure. Yeah. He really wants to get rid of these roaches. They have lived for so long this game, but they are not good. The time of the roach is over. The time of the Ultralisk is here. 15 more SCVs have fallen. Serral has killed 29 workers. Clem has killed 17. All 17 of which were killed by Widow Mines, probably. He's going to repair this. Continuing to drop those mules. He does have more command centers coming up. So he's basically just spamming command centers and ghosts. That's the late game. Mixing in a few air units. The diversity of this unit composition is really good for Terran. He's got so many different units. 5 ghosts, 30 marines, 10 marauders, 3 liberators, 3 Vikings, 5 medivacs, and 16 mines. That's a lot of mines. Serral has even more kinds of units though. 52 larvae banked up, 84 drones, 3 changelings just running around scouting stuff, 39 lings, 2 dropper lords, which that whole project didn't even work, an overseer, roaches, banes, an ultra, a ravager, an infestor, 2 vipers, and 6 queens. Wow. Well, he got rid of some of the roaches there with the push, which means his next push will be relatively higher DPS per supply. Roaches are great at generating a lot of health in your max out just because they're so sturdy and tanky, but their damage is pretty low, especially since he didn't go for range attack upgrades early. He is getting +2 range now because his 3/3 is done, and I guess that's something to spend your money on. This Ravager in the back has 3 kills. This Hurt Roach in the front has 2 kills. This Ultra has 3 kills. I haven't even looked over here on this map. Wow. Ooh, Liberator range. But the Spore! Let's go, Queens. Some people have asked, like, how's the state of StarCraft 2 compared to previous iterations? The game is in a relatively good spot. Even as a Zerg right now, and Zerg is pretty rare in GM, the Liberator has been more oppressive to us at certain periods. There used to be a time where we pretty much had to open 3 Ravager every game, just because the maps were so unforgiving for dealing with Liberator stuff. Those are bad times. That was a rough patch. There was the patch where Zerg had drop tech with only an Evo chamber. That was busted. That forced Protoss to have to play Adept Oracle every game, otherwise they would die. So, while it was a fun patch to play on as a Zerg, it was definitely overpowered for us. I'll admit it. Open Ling drop every game. It just caused so much mayhem for Protoss for so little cost to yourself. Man, this is so annoying. Did he make a Spire? Production. He has 3 Corruptors on the way and +3 attack. You love to see it. Thank you. Ready? Look at this. Look at these polite manners. You love to see polite gamers. Whenever people pause and then they don't say thank you after I let them pause, I feel that. It's like, you're not polite, are you? Nope, some people aren't. But Clem is polite. Oh no! Those SCVs had nowhere to go. I guess they could have been picked up by a medevac. So Serral dealt a lot of damage there. That's 21 workers killed. But he still hasn't eliminated his opponent. And now Clem is gonna get adventurous on the map here. Or maybe not. The ghosts over time are a looming threat. And in these kind of split map scenarios, even if Terran is behind in the number of bases, if they can basically absorb the waves of Zerg efficiently, then Zerg will eventually dry up. Like this base is drying up. This base, not too much left. This base has 250 gas only. This base is pretty thin looking. This base is fresh though. So Serral's definitely taken more than half the map. And he's consistently trying to go in and take decent trades that force his opponent to remake workers and stuff. He keeps doing this cheeky 1 infestor flank move. That's funny. The mine kills a viper. The infestor unburrow flank move. Wow. These SCVs thought they were going to be mining at a gold base, but it turned out their job assignment was changed to running away from banelings. Infestor getting one shot by Liberator. Man, these ghosts are looking worse for wear, and they're dead. And he simply pushes in here. The Corruptors dominating the skies, the Ultras crushing the ground, and the Banelings making the ghosts go from being a super broken strong unit to very scared. And that's it, wow. Units lost for this whole match. Serral was slightly less efficient, but Given that he was attacking into heckin' 16 Mind Liberator Ghost Planetary, that's good. Very well played by Serral. Nice clean opener. Nothing super weird that happened in terms of players' builds. Clem went for the early third orbital here. Losing the first Reaper, I think, just kind of set the tone for the match. Serral was just ready to play closer to a perfect game than his opponent. Very well done. Very well done.